It's about the Lysimeter. This is the monolith as we call it. So this is the soil column.
Okay.
This is a stainless steel ring, which you will press down during the installation. So then you will get a totally undisturbed sample, which is very important, of course, when you are talking about measuring evaporation and also soil physical interactions. Then we have here we have a suction plate.
Okay.
Over the complete area there's a suction plate, and it will regulate the water from the reservoir into the monolith and vice versa.
There's a pumping from there?
Yeah. When you look down, you see here, this is a tube going from, yeah? Yep. This is the pumping house.
Okay.
And the pumping house is regulating the internal tension of the suction plate, and then it will gather water and it will pump into the reservoir. And it does also the pumping from the reservoir to outside.
Oh, to the right from outside. If there is a heavy runoff for the rain.
Indeed. For instance, when it's like 18 or 20 kilograms, then it will start pump off the reservoir.
Outside.
Yeah.
Okay,
Why? Because elsewise the complete box will be full with water.
Yeah,
What
that's-
happens
that's
with the
one
electronics
of
and
the
water?
question. That is one of the questions the process asked me.
Yeah. But that's how it works.
Yeah.
So this is the pumping system for this to this and this to outside. Then what we have are these sensors. This is tension sensors. These are just some reference sensors to measure inside the monolith. It's optional.
Okay.
You don't need to buy it. It's an option. But you get a little bit more feeling in what is happening in this soil column, because you will see a lot of difference in between here and here, for instance. And then you also can
So
explain.
how many we are going to put it?
These one are two tensiometers.
Yeah, tensiometer too.
They are from Decacon. This is the MP5 or MP6, something like that.
Okay.
And then we also have the soil moisture sensors at the other side.
Yeah, that's
These
right.
are the soil moisture sensors at that side.
These two.
Yeah.
soil moisture.
Yeah. They are measuring and they will give the value in an epsilon value, not in a soil moisture percentage value, but just in the raw.
This will come by default.
Yeah, indeed. And they also measure the soil temperature, of course. Yeah. So these are optional.
Okay.
That's an option.
You
can choose it.
Is optional.
Yeah. If you're not choosing it, of course you are much cheaper. The only thing, you still have to put these plugs in, because this is the normal standard ring. So these openings are there, so you have to put these rings in. That's for sure. Then we have to combine first with the sensors. The difference. Here's the ref tensiometer. You see? Here's this one.
Okay.
That's a normal UMS tensiometer. I think you were familiar with that one.
Yeah.
The electronical version, SDI12, which is connected also to the Lysimeter. The head of the tensiometer is at the same level as the reference plate. As the suction plate.
Okay.
This is the ref tensio, same height as the suction plate. Why? What's happening over here, we also want to deduct inside the Lysimeter.
Okay.
So when, for instance, the groundwater table is rising, you will see a decrease, of course, in your suction capacity. What does this thing do? Pump water from the reservoir into the monolith.
Okay. To maintain.
When it's becoming summer, it's drying out. This one is drying out.
Okay.
This one tells it gets a higher suction capacity. This will start pumping water from the monolith into the reservoir.
Okay. In
That's how we
percolated
do it
also it
working.
will be the same? Percolated also it will be?
No, the
won't be.
percolated one is not using the tensiometer. That's
not-
why I refer
that's
to
right.
it.
Yeah.
This one is not there. Why not? Why do you need it?
Yeah, that's
Especially when you are in an area with groundwater table which are several meters below surface. You don't need that one, because water is not coming from the bottom. It's only coming from the top. So if you have only direct percolation into your reservoir, then it's fine.
Okay.
It doesn't matter.
In both of the cases, we can take the water sample for the analysis.
Yeah, sure. Here from this hose. From the exhaust hose.
Yeah.
And this one, you can just take a sample. What we did, that's really for the Netherlands.
Yeah,
We we use the silicon tubing.
Okay.
Why, for instance, when you have frost problems, this can freeze, of course.
Yeah.
That's an option.
Yeah.
So what we want to prevent is that when you pump water out, that the cable will break, for instance, or whatsoever.
Yeah.
And now it's the only thing what's happening. Plof,
Yes.
this is falling off, and that's no problem. Yeah. So this is really for Dutch cases.
Yeah. And this is totally sealed with gasket.
Yeah. This is totally sealed, heavy plastic bag.
Yeah.
Then we place it in, and then you are also sure that there are no animals going in, so mice and all those things will not go into the Lysimeter. The only aspect can be, of course, that they will damage the cables. But yeah, then you can also use a protecting cable, protection casing around it, which are also available. And I think you have them everywhere in the country, so
Yes. Yes.
that's really a thing which you have to do for yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the total thing I can remove and I can replace in another place.
Yeah, you can take this one out, of course. Yeah. The only thing, we are placing this on iron casings. So if you see over here, this is an iron plates are pressed down, and the Lysimeter is hanging on this. So
Under.
hanging inside. So
Okay.
what you have to do is take it out. Then you will need an excavator to
Extra-
take it out.
Extra plates I need.
You know, an excavator.
Excavator.
Yeah, to take out these plates. Okay, that's really needed because in many cases it's way too heavy, or you need a lot of people to dig it out. I think for you also an option, but okay. But the most easy thing is to use an excavator and take it out by force a little bit. Yeah. Or just buy the new surrounding. That's also an option.
Okay.
It's also a thing which you can do.
So those people they will do surrounding.
I think so.
Because
Yeah.
they're all Punjabis, so they will do it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's really the thing which you have to keep in mind. Or what you can do is just buy new ones. That's also an option. Or that we can, for instance, send you the pictures and make them do yourself, maybe in the country. That's really the thing which we have to discuss then.
No, here they see if they want to have a new plates, so I need the separate pricing for those things.
Yeah.
So that I can opt for them. So
Yeah.
and like this.
That's for you, I
Optional
think,
tension these things. Optional what we are giving the tension.
The tension.
Sensors.
Yeah, the sensors are an extra optional set,
Yeah, those
which are also given, I think, for
Yeah,
you.
because in the things actually Barry he couldn't give the details what he is going to give it.
No, but that's the 1682, I think, product number.
Product number.
Yeah,
In
yeah.
1682, all these is
There are the sensors included.
all the
Yeah,
sensors.
yeah.
Okay. And non-percolated, then I
Then you
to
have
take
this.
it.
Yeah, this is soil moisture regulated, as we call it.
Yeah.
This is completely regulated by the tensiometer.
Soil moisture regulator.
Especially needed in areas with high groundwater tables.
Okay.
Else, why should you
Yeah.
uprise water from downstream? That's not necessary.
Yeah.
It won't happen. Yeah.
And what is the purpose of keeping this? That is just to measure the runoff, weather station and other things.
Oh, but this is just a demo.
Anything related to this one?
It's not directly related.
Not
no,
directly
no,
related.
No.
Yeah, that's why that you.
Well, of course, you can measure with this one also the evaporation, but also the precipitation. What's going in is the precipitation. What's going out is the evaporation.
Evaporation. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's also what we calculate inside the Lysimeter and also inside the web port.
Okay.
So there are already options that you can just directly calculate the evaporation and the rainfall, the precipitation. The evaporation is calculated in hourly basis.
Hourly basis.
Hourly basis only, no? Percolation and evaporation both, or only evaporation in hourly basis?
The evaporation is only an hourly basis, and precipitation, I think, it's really depending on the time interval of measurements. Normally, what we do is measure every 10 minutes. That's more than sufficient enough. Yeah.
Can we see the readings? This one.
Yeah. I will show you in a minute.
Okay.
Yeah. One very important thing to understand also from this Lysimeter this is the outer ring on where everything is hanging on.
Okay.
Yeah. This
Yeah.
is connected to this over here. That's the weighing scale.
Mm-hmm.
So there are weighing scale systems underneath it. There are weighing leads from a lead material, and with pressure it will shrink. And this is the thing you can measure, of course, in electrical way. So when it becomes more heavy, it will lower down, and it measures, of course, how much it becomes heavier. This is also part of how much rainfall has become on the Lysimeter. And that's also the same from the reservoir. And then it's hanging, and then you will also see the difference in weight. I will show you that also later on. I can show you directly. But what I want to show you is this. See, these are two completely loosened.
Loosen things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When this one is connected to this one, you are doing a complete wrong measurement.
Oh,
So it's always very important to know that this ridge between those two iron plates is more or less the equal of the complete surrounding.
okay. So it has to be concentrated.
Yeah, indeed.
Okay.
That's why we use a very loosened silicon material. As you can feel this one, huh?
Yeah.
It's not very tense.
Yes.
If it was very tense, then you will also get a lot of influence on your measurements.
Okay.
That's why we loosen it a little bit. We also not take it too tight. You don't place it like this, but you take it more like this. Why? Because then the influence of the silicon ring becomes less.
Yes.
That's
that's
very important to do a good measurement.
Yeah.
Elsewise you will see like jumps in between your readings.
Okay.
And that's not due to the fact that there's raining, not raining, raining, not raining. It's really due to the fact that you're not working in a correct and proper way.
Okay.